When a family walks through these doors, it is literally the worst day of their life. The Center for Alexandria's Children is the organization that you hope that you never hear about, but it is the organization that you are so glad exists. This is a place that healing starts when we have a kid that has been abused. The center sees more than 100 child abuse victims a year and provides them with services to heal.
Any case that comes into the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office that has a child victim lands on my desk. And when I get those cases, I evaluate the strength of our evidence and whether or not prosecution is viable. One of the biggest things that I'm looking for in those cases is the child's story, the survivor's story. And it's really important that I get their story from their perspective and using their own personal words. And a lot of times that will come from a child advocacy center interview or a forensic interview.
Before the center, a child would have to relive their abuse and tell their story to a social worker, a police officer, a lawyer, and again. Now they come here, they tell their story once, and the multidisciplinary team comes in and helps them.
We identify this place as a safe place for our victims. We bring our victims here to be interviewed by not just us, but mostly for a third person, somebody who's not involved in the investigation itself. Because usually when you see law enforcement, a badge or anything like that, you think trouble. You think you've done something wrong. So whenever we bring somebody here, they don't see that.
I am the parent of a survivor. About a year ago, my daughter was sexually assaulted. She had just turned 6. We were referred to the center in order to get, her side and know what actually happened and how she felt about things and everything. She was obviously very quiet and guarded, going through all this with strangers, and the detective was a male, so she was a little bit guarded. So thankfully we had Terry to kind of make her feel more comfortable with that female relationship. And it was in a playroom. They connected play-wise in order to get her to comfortably say everything that my daughter felt that she had to say. That day they made us feel like we were heard, that it was going to get taken care of, that we were going to be able to find, justice. It was all done in the same day. They made us feel very comfortable, aside from a really terrible situation that happened to my daughter.
It's having a space, a comfortable space, an equitable space that people can come to and share that this is what happened to me and I'm needing support. Having an agency to journey with them, I think it's critical. And there's a lot of victims out there that we have yet to hear their stories.
The CAC works with me on the front end to get that forensic interview and to let the child tell the story. And then if I need anything as I'm preparing my prosecution, they're there to help me as well. And then in the middle of trial, the CAC is also there for me in coming and testifying at the trial. They can testify as an expert in child disclosures, in child development, in forensic interviewing, and they really help to educate the jury. And that can make a huge impact on us being successful in our prosecutions.
The prevention programs that we do, the learn and play groups, are so important. We literally go into communities of need, and we do learn and play groups. We give them resources. We teach them through their children to play and interact and deal with stress. And we also, in these play groups, we're creating community. We're creating lifelines for them and lifelong friends. And this is what's so important, so the cycle of abuse does not continue.
I believe this is the only learn and play group of its nature in Alexandria. It's free of charge, which is almost unheard of to have something of this caliber that's free of charge. It makes me feel great. Playgroup is a very welcoming, diverse environment. It's fun. It makes me feel fulfilled. Most importantly, I love the camaraderie that I've built in this community, and that to me is priceless. All of your donations, all of your contributions help to keep this playgroup running, and families like myself, we need this.
CAC brings just tremendous value, and I've seen it bring real value to the city of Alexandria. It takes resilience, and it takes passion, and it takes a true commitment to people. One of the things that I really appreciate about our CAC is the commitment not only to the families in the community, but to the professionals who do the work. For anyone who's considering making a donation that is so valuable, to fulfill the city's mission of ending child abuse, it takes hard work, it takes hard work, it takes all of us doing everything we can to benefit those most in need in our community.